She arrived glowing, saying, "Your energy triggered my season." Inside, humans and a handful of alien traders went about their daily routines, their lives small and unnoticed in a galaxy that had long dismissed humanity as insignificant. The station was quiet, predictable, until she arrived. It began with a shimmer in the central hub. One moment the room was filled with the usual hum of generators and chatter. The next, a ripple of light bent the shadows across the walls. At first, no one could see her clearly. Then, slowly, a figure emerged, floating a few inches above the floor. She glowed with a soft, golden light that pulsed gently like a heartbeat. Her presence was warm, comforting, and alien all at once. Gasps filled the room. Traders dropped crates of goods. Security officers froze, hands hovering over their blasters. Even the station's holographic guides flickered in confusion. A voice, melodious and calm, cut through the chaos. "Your energy triggered my season." Silence followed. Then chaos. What does that even mean?" A human engineer whispered, clutching his datapad as if it could answer the impossible question. The being's glow dimmed slightly, like she was considering her words. "I respond to life, to energy, to purpose. Your existence, your will, has awakened a cycle long dormant in my kind. I am here because of you." The station fell into stunned silence. Aliens present looked skeptical, whispering in languages humans could barely comprehend. One of them, a tall, slender species with translucent skin, muttered, "Primitive creatures. And yet, something is different." Captain Alara Voss, the station's human commander, stepped forward cautiously. Her uniform was slightly too large, patched in several places, but her posture was steady, authoritative. She cleared her throat. "Ma'am, or entity, my name is Captain Alara Voss. You are welcome here. Can you explain why your presence, your glowing, is affecting our station?" The glowing being tilted her head as if amused. "I cannot control it fully. Your station is alive with collective human energy, curiosity, determination, ingenuity. These energies interact with my physiology. They awaken me." "Awaken you," another human repeated. "Like how?" "Like a season," she said simply, her voice echoing slightly as if carried on the wind of another world. "A season that is born once every millennium, and it begins because of you." Alara's brow furrowed. "Because of us. How can that? Why humans?" The being did not answer immediately. Instead, she floated slowly across the room, and with every movement, her glow seemed to touch everything she passed. The walls shimmered. Holographic displays flickered in recognition of something beyond their programming. Even the station's small artificial garden stirred. Leaves trembled as if caressed by invisible winds. Humans instinctively stepped back, but one young engineer, Mika, stayed in place. He was smaller than most, with messy brown hair and curious eyes, the kind that never stopped asking questions. "Captain," he whispered, "I think she's testing us or measuring us." Alara nodded. Mika approached slowly. "Stay calm." The engineer obeyed. As he neared, the being's glow shifted to a soft green, a color he felt deep in his chest. He felt energized, alive. Every heartbeat seemed to echo with hers. I don't feel scared," he said, voice trembling. "I feel like I'm supposed to do something." The being smiled faintly. "Yes, that is the point. Your kind collectively can awaken what others cannot, and now I am here." Across the station, alien observers leaned closer, murmuring to each other. Their faces betrayed something new, unease. Humans, they had long assumed, were weak, chaotic, unremarkable. And yet here, a being far older, far more powerful than any human had appeared, because of humans. For the first time, the station's human crew felt a mixture of pride and fear. They were small, fragile, and flawed, but they mattered. The glowing being paused in the hub's center. "Your energy is unique. It resonates with a cycle in my species. I cannot explain all yet, but I am drawn to it, to you." Alara swallowed. "Drawn to us. Why us and not the rest of the galaxy?" "Because," the being said softly, You have something the galaxy no longer values: courage, curiosity, ingenuity, and most of all, a spark of unity in chaos. You do not see it yourselves, but I feel it. I respond to it. Whispers spread among the humans. Did she just praise us? She's glowing because of us. We matter. The aliens were less polite. The tall, translucent one muttered to his companion, "We have underestimated them as usual." But how? The glow shifted, this time brighter, golden, and warming the entire hub. "Do not be afraid," she said, floating higher. "I mean no harm. I am not here to fight. I am here to awaken, and you humans have begun that process." Alara stepped forward. "Awaken. What do you need from us?" The being's glow pulsed in waves. "Understanding, observation, cooperation. If your kind resists, the cycle will falter. If your kind embraces it, the season may flourish." Mika whispered, more to himself than anyone else. "The galaxy doesn't know what humans can do, and neither do we." Over the next few hours, the station became a hive of activity. Humans scrambled to analyze the being without intruding, recording her every movement, every pulse of light. Scientists and engineers worked side by side, connecting instruments to measure her energy output. Even the security teams had to admit their weapons were useless here. No laser or stun rifle could touch her. Meanwhile, the alien traders watched from a distance, whispering warnings to their superiors. She responds to them. Their energy, it is affecting her. "How is this possible?" Alara observed quietly. "This is why humans survive," she muttered. "Not because we are the strongest or the fastest or the smartest, but because we persist, we adapt, we cooperate, even when no one expects us to." Hours passed. The being floated silently in the hub, occasionally speaking in her melodic, soft tones. Slowly, she began to interact with the station itself. Lights brightened where she hovered, machinery ran smoother, and even the artificial gravity stabilized more perfectly than it had in years. It was as if the station itself responded to her presence, and through her to humanity. Then something unexpected happened. The glow shifted again, this time brighter than ever, and ripples extended beyond the station. Nearby asteroids shimmered faintly. The solar panels on the station sparkled like diamonds. Even distant planets in orbit seemed to reflect her light. Mika stared at the sensors. "Captain, she's not just affecting the station. She's affecting space around it. Look at the readings." Alara's eyes widened. That's impossible. Humans, we're the cause." "Yes," the being said, her voice ringing like a bell. "Your energy triggered the season. Your existence, your efforts, your unity, all of it matters. You are significant." For the first time, humans felt the weight of being part of something bigger. Not just a tiny station at the edge of space, not just a forgotten colony, but part of a cycle older than any star. The aliens in the hub were pale, if translucent skin could be called that. They realized the humans were not insignificant. Their fear was subtle but unmistakable. Humans were dangerous in ways they could not yet understand. Alara stepped forward, gaze steady. "If my people can help you, we will. But know this, no one on this station will allow harm to come to anyone or anything under our protection." The being floated closer, her glow enveloping the room like a soft sunrise. "I do not seek conflict, only resonance. Your kind may be small, fragile, and underestimated, but you are capable of creating a cycle no one else can. That is why I am here." And with that, the being's glow stabilized into a constant, warm, golden light. It was not threatening, not overpowering. It was alive. Alara looked around at her crew. They were tired, overwhelmed, and a little scared, but they also felt a spark ignite in their hearts. Humans had survived against impossible odds before. They had adapted, fought, and won. And now they were facing something beyond comprehension, and perhaps, for the first time, the galaxy had to take notice. Mika whispered to no one in particular, "I think this is only the beginning." The being floated near the main viewport, gazing at the stars beyond. "The season is beginning," she said softly, "and it begins with you." The station, for the first time in its history, felt alive, not because of technology, not because of alien observers, but because of humans. And even on the edge of the galaxy, a tiny outpost could shape the course of something far greater than anyone had imagined. As the night, or whatever counted as night in orbit, stretched on, the humans of Zeta Station worked tirelessly, eager to understand, eager to protect, and eager to rise to the challenge. Their energy, their unity, had awakened something extraordinary, something the galaxy would never forget. And so, at the edge of space, glowing with possibilities, the season began. The days after the glowing being's arrival were unlike anything the humans at Frontier Station Zeta had ever experienced. The soft golden glow that filled the station seemed to pulse in rhythm with human activity. Systems that were prone to glitches now ran perfectly, and even the artificial gardens thrived in ways no engineer could explain. But with each passing hour, the humans began to notice something strange. The glow wasn't just a light, it was a presence that reacted to them. Captain Alara Voss watched the being float through the central hub, her warm light brushing over consoles, walls, and the crew as she moved. Alara had learned quickly that trying to command or control the being was pointless. Instead, they had to observe, interact, and adapt. And as she watched, Alara realized that every small human effort, every act of creativity, courage, and problem-solving seemed to strengthen the being's glow. Mika, the young engineer who had first approached her without fear, was the most fascinated. He spent hours at a console experimenting with energy readings. "Captain," he said, eyes wide, "the more we work together, the brighter she gets. It's like she's feeding off our cooperation, our ingenuity." Alara nodded. "Then we do what humans do best. We solve problems. And we do it together." The station wasn't prepared for the attention their visitor was drawing. Ships from nearby star systems began to appear in the periphery, curious or cautious. Most were small observation craft, but some were larger military vessels. Alien species that had long regarded humanity as weak were now visibly uneasy. The translucent species, the ones who had whispered in fear during her arrival, sent a delegate ship with the excuse of diplomacy. But their intentions were clear: study, control, or, if possible, exploit the humans. Inside the station, humans worked tirelessly to understand the glowing being. Dr. Lion Marek, the station's lead scientist, had been puzzling over her energy signatures for days. "Captain," she said, pulling data from the console, "her energy is unlike anything recorded. It's not just biological or chemical, it reacts to human neural patterns, and not just one-person collective patterns. The more people think, act, and cooperate, the stronger her energy becomes." Alara's brow furrowed. "So she's thriving on humanity itself," Dr. Marek nodded. "Exactly, and that could be dangerous if someone tried to harm her, or if we failed to understand her needs." Mika, peering over her shoulder, added, "Or it could be the first time humans actually matter on a galactic scale. Not because we're violent or clever alone, but because, together, we create something no other species can." The glow in the central hub pulsed brighter as they spoke, as if agreeing. Meanwhile, the alien delegate arrived in orbit, a sleek vessel bristling with sensors. Its commander, a tall, gray-skinned alien named Veyer, spoke over the comm system. "Humans, we request that your creature be contained for study. Its presence violates interstellar safety protocols." Alara tightened her grip on the comm panel. "Captain Veyer, this creature has been here peacefully. It responds to humans, yes, but it is not dangerous unless provoked, and no human will allow it to be harmed." Veyer's voice hardened. "You underestimate your position. We are not here to threaten you. But understand this, interstellar authorities will not tolerate anomalies. Your cooperation is requested." Alara took a deep breath. "Our cooperation begins with mutual respect. No one here threatens anyone or anything. If you wish to observe, you may from a distance." Vayer growled something in his language and ended the calm. "See," Mika muttered, shaking his head. "Even they're scared of what we're doing, of what we've created together." Days passed, and the station fell into a rhythm. Humans, inspired by the being's presence, worked on improving systems, repairing old machinery, and experimenting with energy patterns. Every success caused the being's glow to intensify. Even small acts, helping each other carry equipment, solving minor technical problems, sharing ideas, made a difference. The alien observers stationed in orbit could not hide their astonishment. Sensors recorded energy surges they couldn't explain, all synchronized with human activity. "Their unity, it is anomalous," one whispered to another. "No species has ever done this, and she responds to it fearfully." The glowing being began to interact more actively. She moved through the station's halls, lightly touching consoles or walls, and each time she did, systems optimized themselves. Lights calibrated perfectly, gravity stabilized. Even old communication arrays began transmitting with unprecedented clarity. Humans marveled, but the being made it clear. It wasn't magic. It was resonance. Their energy, their cooperation, their ingenuity, it was real, measurable, and powerful. One evening, Mika discovered something extraordinary. While experimenting with a combination of energy fields and human neural simulations, he noticed a pattern. The being's glow synchronized perfectly with moments of problem-solving. When a human mind solved a challenge, her glow pulsed with warmth and strength. "Captain," he called, excitement in his voice. "This isn't just a reaction, it's amplification. She grows stronger because we grow stronger. Our actions, they matter to her and maybe to the galaxy." Alara's eyes widened. "So every time we improve, innovate, or help each other, we empower her." "Yes," Mika said, nodding. "And if we fail, it could weaken her, or worse, stop the season she's starting." That realization brought a heavy weight. The humans weren't just observers, they were participants. Their choices mattered, their creativity mattered, their unity mattered, and every human on Zeta Station had a role to play. The alien delegate, Vayer, was growing impatient. Small incursions into the station's communications network were detected, attempts to probe the glowing being. Alara was ready. "If they interfere," she said, "we respond. But we do it smartly, like humans always do." Her plan was simple: show capability, avoid unnecessary conflict, and protect the being at all costs. She divided the crew into teams: engineers to optimize station defenses, scientists to study the energy resonance safely, and security to monitor alien activity. Mika was put in charge of energy mapping, the most critical job. It was late when the first test occurred. A small drone from Vayer's ship attempted to enter the station undetected. It approached the hub, scanning for anomalies, but the humans had anticipated this. Mika triggered an adaptive shield that mirrored the drone's sensors, making it believe the station was empty. It veered off harmlessly. The glowing being observed the effort, her light flaring brighter than ever. "Your ingenuity is extraordinary," she said softly. "Even your simple tricks influence me profoundly. Humans, you are remarkable." Word spread quickly among the crew. Humans, underestimated for centuries, finally felt the thrill of recognition, not from others but from the being herself. And the being's praise mattered. Her resonance was now entwined with their actions, creating something new and extraordinary in the galaxy. Over the next week, the being's season continued to grow. Plants in the station's gardens flourished as never before. Energy grids ran at perfect efficiency. Crew morale skyrocketed. Even alien traders, initially suspicious, began to watch in awe. The humans were small, yes, but their collective energy was unmatched. But the universe outside Zeta Station was beginning to notice. Nearby systems reported unusual energy readings, faint glows like auroras spreading across space. Veyer's superiors, already wary of humans, began to discuss containment measures. The galaxy had underestimated humanity for too long, and now humans were demonstrating a power no one could deny. Alara gathered her team in the central hub. "We're standing on the edge of something incredible," she said. "We're not just surviving anymore. We're shaping the season she's starting. Every act we take, every choice we make matters. We protect her, we innovate, we act as humans always do. And the galaxy will see us, not as primitive but as vital." The glowing being hovered nearby, her golden light reflecting off the walls. "Yes," she said, her voice soft but certain. "You are catalysts. The season is alive because of you." Mika glanced at the other engineers. "It's working," he whispered. "We're making history." "Even if the galaxy doesn't know it yet." Alara smiled faintly. "They will, and when they do, they will realize that humans are more than they ever imagined." And so, day by day, humans of Zeta Station continued their work. They repaired systems, solved complex problems, experimented with energy fields, and maintained the being's trust. Each success caused her glow to pulse brighter. Each failure made them analyze, adapt, and improve. The alien observers in orbit were no longer subtle. They whispered among themselves, fear edging their voices. "We cannot control this," one said. "They are amplifying her, and no species has ever done this." The glowing being's season was growing in intensity, visible from orbit. She floated near the main viewport, gazing at the stars beyond. "The galaxy is learning," she said softly, "that what they underestimated may be the very force that shapes the future." Mika leaned against a console. "And it's us, humanity. Small, messy, unpredictable, but capable of more than anyone imagined." Alara nodded. "Yes, and we're just getting started. The season is rising, and with it our place in the galaxy." As the golden light of the glowing being filled the station, the humans of Zeta Station felt something extraordinary: unity, purpose, and a sense of power that went beyond weapons or politics. Their energy mattered. Their actions mattered. Their ingenuity mattered. And for the first time, humans were no longer seen as weak or primitive. They were vital. They were remarkable. They were catalysts of a cosmic season no one in the galaxy would ever forget. The universe had taken notice. And it would not soon forget humanity again. The golden light of the glowing being filled every corner of Frontier Station Zeta. It wasn't just a glow anymore. It was a living pulse, a resonance that connected every human, every system, every heartbeat in the station. The season had grown, and with it, the humans were no longer simply participants. They had become the force that sustained it. Captain Alara Voss stood in the central hub, watching her crew move with purpose. Engineers adjusted energy conduits in perfect harmony. Scientists monitored the being's energy pulses, and security teams coordinated with precision to ensure no alien interference could disrupt their work. Every movement, every decision, amplified the glow. Every human action mattered. Mika stood next to her, eyes wide as he watched the being hover near the main viewport. "Captain, it's incredible. I've never seen anything like this. Even from orbit, the glow, it's visible across the system." Alara nodded. "Yes. And the galaxy is watching. Every system within 100 light years is already detecting the energy signature. We're no longer hidden. We're recognized." Recognition. It was a word that humans had rarely felt in a galaxy that had long dismissed them as weak, messy, and insignificant. And now, for the first time, the galaxy couldn't ignore them. In orbit, the alien delegate Veyer barked orders at his crew. "They cannot control it. Humans are amplifying her energy. This is unprecedented. She is responding to them, not to us. We must report this immediately." His officers were pale with unease. "Sir, we cannot intervene. Any attempt to interfere may trigger unknown consequences." Veyer ground his teeth. Humans. They had been dismissed for centuries, treated as irrelevant. And yet, here they were, standing at the center of a cosmic phenomenon no alien had ever encountered. Back on the station, the glowing being spoke softly, her golden light rippling like waves. The season is reaching its peak. The energy you generate, your unity, your creativity, your courage, it sustains it. You are more than what you believe. You are extraordinary. Alara's voice was steady, though her heart raced. Then we do what humans do best. We keep going. We keep building. We keep protecting. We show the galaxy who we are. And that was exactly what they did. The next challenge came quickly. A fleet of alien ships, larger and more heavily armed than the observation vessels, appeared in orbit. Their intentions were clear. They wanted control. They demanded the humans surrender the glowing being. They warned of consequences, threats, and destruction. Alara walked calmly to the comm panel and activated a direct channel. "This is Captain Alara Voss of Zeta Station. The being you speak of is not a tool. She is not yours to command. Any attempt to force her will be met with resistance. And I assure you we are capable of that resistance." The alien commander laughed, a cold, metallic sound. "You are but humans, primitive, weak. You cannot stop us." Alara smiled faintly. "You underestimate what humans have always done. We survive, we adapt, we innovate. And we do it together. That is why you will fail." The ships fired. Energy beams swept across space toward the station, but the glowing being reacted instantly. Her golden light expanded outward in waves, forming a protective field around the station. The beams dissipated harmlessly, absorbed by the resonance of the season itself. Mika watched in awe. "Captain, she's using our energy, our unity to protect us." Alara nodded. "Exactly. She responds to humans, and humans respond to threats. This is what the galaxy forgot. We are never truly weak when we act together." Inside the station, humans moved like a single organism. Engineers rerouted power to reinforce the station's shields. Scientists adjusted energy nodes to enhance the glowing being's resonance. Security teams coordinated with precision, not to fight, but to maintain order and protect the integrity of the station. Every action, every decision amplified the glow. Outside, the alien ships fired again and again, but their attacks had no effect. The glowing being's light became blinding, stretching beyond the station into the surrounding space. Nearby asteroids shimmered. Planets in orbit reflected the glow. Even distant star systems detected the pulse, and the humans continued to act. They were no longer the dismissed, underestimated species. They were catalysts of a cosmic phenomenon. Every problem they solved, every obstacle they overcame, every act of courage strengthened the being's season. The alien fleet faltered, uncertain. Their technology, advanced as it was, could not disrupt a resonance powered by human energy, ingenuity, and unity. The glowing being hovered in the center of the hub, radiating brilliance. "You have exceeded all expectations. Your species is extraordinary. You have proven that what others dismiss as weakness can become strength. Your season is alive." Alara approached her, voice steady but filled with pride. "Then let it flourish. Protect the station, the season, and the humans who made it possible." The being's light pulsed in acknowledgement. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The humans of Zeta Station were not just participants, they were the core of a cosmic cycle, the source of power that no species could replicate. The alien fleet, overwhelmed by what they could not comprehend or control, began to retreat. Veyer's final transmission was tense, almost fearful. "This is impossible. They are dangerous. All systems report humanity is extraordinary." The galaxy would remember that day. Inside the station, celebration was muted but joyful. Humans had survived, and more than survived, they had proven their value. Mika, grinning from ear to ear, looked at the glowing being. "We did it. We really did it." The being's glow softened, warm and gentle now. "Yes. The season has reached its peak, and it is because of you humans. Your unity, your ingenuity, your courage, these are rare in the galaxy. You are not weak. You are vital. Dr. Marek stepped forward, eyes bright. Captain, this changes everything. The galaxy, it has to recognize us now. They can no longer dismiss humanity. Alara nodded. It doesn't matter if they recognize us immediately. What matters is that we know. What matters is that we continue to act with courage, with ingenuity, and with unity. That is how we thrive. That is how humanity endures. The glowing being floated to the main viewport, gazing at the stars beyond. I must depart soon. The season continues elsewhere, but your impact will remain. You have shaped it. You have proven that your kind is unique. And for that I am grateful. Mika stepped forward. Will we see you again? The being smiled, a faint glow of amusement in her golden light. Perhaps, but remember, the season is yours as much as mine. Continue to act with unity, courage, and ingenuity. The galaxy will notice. And you will continue to matter. As she began to fade, the humans of Zeta Station watched in awe. The light dimmed, but the resonance remained. It lingered in the station, in the hearts of the humans, and in the subtle energy that flowed through their systems. Alara turned to her crew. This is just the beginning. We have shown the galaxy that humans are capable of more than anyone ever imagined. We are not primitive. We are not weak. We are extraordinary, and together we will continue to thrive. Mika looked around at the station, at the humans who had become a single, united force. Captain, do you think the galaxy is ready for us? Alara smiled. It doesn't matter if the galaxy is ready. We are ready, and that is enough. Humanity has awakened. Humanity has risen. And the universe will never underestimate us again. Outside the viewport, stars shimmered as if in acknowledgement. Somewhere in the vastness of space, the pulse of human ingenuity echoed, touching distant systems, alien civilizations, and worlds that had long overlooked the small, messy, unpredictable species called humans. And within Zeta Station, humans smiled, worked, and thrived, knowing they had changed the course of a cosmic season. For the first time, humanity was not just surviving, it was shaping the galaxy itself. The golden light may have faded, but its legacy remained. A new era had begun.